It is August 10th, 11:45 a.m. Location is the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, 45 Shawmut Road in Canton. This is Trooper Michael Proctor, along with
Sergeant Yuriy Bukhenik, spelled Y-U-R-I B-U-K-H-E-N-I-K, with the Norfolk District Attorney's Office.
And this is the interview with
Brian Lucky Loughran.
Okay. Why don't we start with the night of the 29th, and whatever you can recall to the best of your recollection. Were you working, and kind of just walk us through what time you were called out and just everything you can recall at this point.
We were called out at 2:30 in the morning. I believe it was roughly 2:30 in the morning. I arrived at the barn at 2:15. I was in my truck. I went down, proceeded to do Cedar Crest to the very end, all the way back out to Dedham Street, back down Cedar Crest, left on to Fairview, up to Fairview, back onto Chapman, down to Spring Lane, and then back up Fairview. Repeated it again.
In the barn, what is that and where is it located?
It's 160 Bolivar Street, Canton, Mass.
It's kind of like the shop?
Yes.
Okay. So you got there around 2:15. Did you immediately go out, or did you kind of get the trucks ready? How did that kind of process take work?
Most of the trucks had been done before, so once we get there, we know our routes was to get in and go, basically.
And to the best of your recollection, if you could describe the weather conditions at like 2:30 a.m. and beyond that time while you're out plowing and sanding.
2:30 in the morning, it was snowing, not heavy, probably about 2 inches on the ground. It progressively got worse during the night, probably being the worst around 4:30ish. I'm not 100% time-wise, but it was really snowing at that point. And,
And that route you just described to us, was that your assigned route for that evening?
yes, that's pretty much every snowstorm, that's my route.
And it's just a constant kind of loop of that?
They call it Lower Cedar Crest, so it's everything from Kings Road to Chapman Street.
And are you driving a town truck, or is this
Correct.
a subcontractor's vehicle that you are operating?
I'm operating a town vehicle.
So Town of Canton DPW vehicle.
Correct.
What kind of vehicle was it?
It is an International. It is a 6-wheel dump.
6-wheel meaning 4 in the back, single axle, and
Correct.
2 in the front.
Correct.
And were you sanding and salting as well, or just plowing?
Just plowing at the time.
Was there anybody else with you? Are you partnered up with another truck? Are there 2 of you plowing the same roadway in each direction, or how does that work? Or were you by yourself in that entire vicinity?
The subcontractors were called in at 3:30 in the morning.
And the subcontractors, do they have the same routes?
It depends. Bill makes, he'll give me a minimum of 1 subcontractor. I can have as much as 2. Depending if another subcontractor isn't there for a bigger route, more important route, he'll take one of mine and just leave me with just 1 subcontractor.
So in addition to you, a subcontractor will be assigned to essentially help you out
Yes.
in your assigned area?
Correct.
Do you recall the subcontractor that night?
Believe I had, it was by the yard landscape. and I can't honestly remember if I had a second one.
Oh, that's fine. And what times roughly did they arrive to help out?
3:30.
Around 3:30. Okay.
With that area, what it being January, is there like a parking ban effect with a snowstorm coming in for the town of Canton? Do you know?
Yes, there's always a parking ban from November 1 to April.
And what does the parking ban mean, in your understanding?
My understanding is, as long as if it doesn't interfere with the removal of snow, that's fine. If it is hindering the removal of snow, then we call, and they either police will go down, knock on the door, tell them to move it, or they'll just tow it.
You remembering this snowstorm, is there a reason behind it? Like, what's the reason behind this? You remembering this day and this snowstorm?
I believe it or not, I know. I remember a lot of my stuff when it comes to the work.
Was this a significant snow amount fall that was forecasted that day?
I believe it was 18 inches.
18 inches of snow that was coming?
Yep.
Do you remember any obstructions that you had to call in the police for that was obstructing the removal of snow for you that day?
There was a vehicle there around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning in front of 34 Fairview.
Oh, there was a vehicle?
Correct.
Okay. Do you recall what kind of vehicle it was?
Ford Edge.
Ford Edge?
Yes.
And where along the property do you remember it to be parked?
It was parked looking at the front door. It was to the left of the front door.
So it was on the street?
Correct.
It was on the street. Which way was it facing? Towards Cedar Crest or Chapman?
Chapman.
So it's parked towards Chapman on on Fairview, and it's to the left of the front door?
Correct.
Or to the left of the driveway?
It was to the left of the driveway. The door is to the left of the driveway too.
Okay, how many spots up from the mailbox / driveway would you remember it being parked that day or that night?
I would say it was probably 4 or 5 spots up from the driveway.
Okay. Was there anybody in the vehicle?
Not that I recognize. I don't
Was the
remember.
vehicle running?
No.
Did you notice footprints in the snow around the vehicle before you plowed?
No.
Did you notice any snow footprints leading away from the vehicle, towards the property, towards the driveway, towards the back of the house, towards the front of the house? Any of those?
No.
Would you remember if you saw that, something like that?
Yes.
Did you have to call Canton PD to have that vehicle removed, or have them knock on the door to get the vehicle removed, or did you kind of on your second swipe did you have to notify Canton PD to get the vehicle removed?
No.
Was the vehicle removed for any reason while you were plowing that day?
Not that I'm aware of by any other sources other than them driving it away.
Okay.
Was that the only time you saw the Ford Edge? So on your second pass,
But it was there for a significant period of time. It was there for at least an hour into the storm. It wasn't enough that it required me to have it removed. There wasn't a lot of snow on the ground at that time, and I could just go around it.
And as you plow, which direction is your blade facing and you're removing the snow as you come down the street? Like you described the routes for us, you going on Fairview. Can you tell us how you operate, maneuver, position the plow?
Plow is always ring road to the right.
Ring road to the right.
Always right.
And do you go with the traffic that you normally naturally would as you plow the roadway, or do you go the opposite way and then clean it up out of the middle?
Normally, I will follow the traffic rules, and if we need to push back, I will go against the traffic.
Okay. That day, that night, did you have to push back and go against the traffic at any point, or was it a typical pattern?
Typical pattern.
Okay. Did you see anything out of the ordinary that day, outside of the vehicle being parked there and obstructing your initial passes?
No.
No. Obviously, you've been asked about this before, so it's not a secret why I'm asking you these questions. If you did see a body in the roadway or on the side of the road, would you call it in?
Absolutely.
But that day you didn't see anything suspicious?
No.
Does that mean that there was definitely no body there, or do you think it might have been obstructed by something if you were driving by, or what's your understanding of it?
I saw no body. My truck is high enough with the lights that I would have seen a body. I can't answer to say if there was something obstructing me. I didn't see anything obstructing me.
That's good. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay.
So you obviously are aware that there's a publication about an interview, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who published that interview? Do you know?
I believe it's Aiden or Turtle Boy.
Yeah. Are you familiar with his platform and the blogging that he does and video YouTubing that he conducts?
Yes.
Okay. When was the last time you spoke to Aiden?
Monday or Tuesday. I want to say it was Monday.
Monday or Tuesday?
It was Monday.
It was Monday.
Yeah.
And how did you guys communicate?
He called me.
He called you on your
Yes,
phone?
on my cell phone.
Do you have your cell phone with you?
Yes, I do.
Can you open it up and show us the time that he called and the date?
I don't have him on my phone.
You don't have him on your phone?
No, I do not.
In your call logs, you don't have him calling you on Monday?
I do not have his number on here.
How come?
I cycle my phone all the time.
You delete your phone numbers? that
I
call you?
delete any calls that come in. I keep it for a month and then I delete.
Right, but Monday was not a month ago.
Correct.
So why do you think that phone number is not on your phone?
I'm sure it's because I deleted it, and I've got 3 days worth of phone calls on my phone right now.
But you said every month you delete it.
It was
What's the cycle that you delete them at?
so I try to keep my memory not as blocked up. I do go through my texts. I delete my texts. I go through my phones. I delete my phone numbers just to keep my memory so
Okay.
it doesn't get blocked up.
No, that's good. That's good. Do you remember the phone number that he called you from?
It was a 401 number.
401?
Yes.
401, okay. And did it come up with his name or where he's, like the town that the number originates from?
No, it did not.
Did you know that his phone call was coming?
I did not.
No, he surprised you?
Correct.
What were you doing when he called you?
I had just been released from work, and I had worked the night, overnight. So I
So he
was,
called you first thing in the morning?
yeah, probably around 7:30ish.
Okay. And did he introduce himself? Did he say anything? Did he identify himself? Like
He said he was Aiden. He didn't, say that I'm Aiden. And then he proceeded with the interview.
with the interview? And what kind of questions was he asking you?
He had asked if I have been cooperating, and I said yes, I have. He goes, "Who you been interviewed by?" I've been interviewed by the FBI. I've been interviewed by Karen Reed's special investigative reporters or private detectives, and those two are the ones that wanted to see the route. It was the private investigators.
So the private investigators wanted to see the route and
Correct.
drove you around.
Correct.
The FBI didn't drive you around like he said.
Right. Which he
So how is that possible that he has a transcript of your interview and he's actually misrepresenting who drove you around, who did what?
I can't answer that because
Did he tell you that the interview was recorded?
no, he did not.
He did not tell you it was recorded.
He did not.
Oh, so okay. Was there anybody else on the line with him? Did he like three-way call you? By any chance?
Not that I'm aware of.
He didn't make you aware of that.
No.
Okay.
How do you think he got your phone number? Or did he say how he got your phone number, or?
He did not.
Did you ever talk to him, communicate with him, visit his platforms in any way, follow him before, that you might have inadvertently shared your contact information with him that way in the past?
No. But I do follow him.
You do follow him.
But no, I did not.
Okay.
There was an incident where I was in Wisconsin, and he commented on a post that I did, which was a simple picture of a pancake, and I said "Holy pancakes," and at that point he had he contacted me through Facebook Messenger looking to answer questions. And I said at that point, I am not answering any questions regarding this matter anymore, unless it's attached to a subpoena or a badge.
When did that Facebook message happen?
March.
Of this year?
Yes.
Now, so he shared, I have the printouts of his blogs here, he shared those screenshots on his publication of your conversation. Are those accurate based on, to your knowledge? Are these accurate? I'm showing you the screenshot. It's your name from a Facebook Messenger here. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay. So it's a screen grab with Brian Loughran's name at the top, 13 to the left of his emoji icon profile picture with Sunday 2:22 p.m. at the top.
So we contact Aiden, aka Turtle Boy, contacts you in March via Facebook Messenger.
Correct.
Did you hear from him again until Monday?
No.
What changed your mind about talking to him and answering questions in the meantime?
I don't have an answer to that.
Okay. Have you had a chance to review the transcript that he published about your conversation before?
My supervisor sent me a screenshot of that. And right off the bat, I noticed that he states that I was in with the FBI driving the route. And that's not correct. Nor did I ever say that I was with the FBI in their car going down Fairview to show them the route I do.
Okay.
I said that that was the private detectives that I was with.
So that transcript's not accurate
Correct.
in that respect. Where did you meet with the FBI?
The first time I met with them, it was at my residence. The second time I met with them was to actually go through the route, and we met at 100 Dedham Street, the John F. Kennedy parking lot.
Okay. Do you remember what dates these were?
I don't, honestly. I know one was on a Sunday.
Did they identify themselves with credentials to you?
They introduced themselves as private investigators working on behalf of the defense team for Karen Reed.
What about the FBI agents?
FBI agents did leave me their cards.
Perfect. Okay. But the private investigators met with you 2 times to take you through the route.
Correct.
Okay.
One time. They met me twice. Second time to do the route.
Where was the first meeting? I'm sorry,
At my house.
At your house. And the FBI also went to your house.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I might have missed it and misunderstood.
So the only time you traveled the route was with the defense team's private investigators?
Correct.
Right.
After Aiden called you, did you call, tell, text, communicate with anyone about the conversation?
No.
Have you heard from Turtle Boy since, either Facebook Messenger or text or phone call since Monday?
No.
And just to confirm, when he called you, he didn't advise you that you could potentially he's recording that conversation? Did he tell you, hey, this is being recorded?
He did not tell me it was being recorded.
When did you stop plowing that area?
That day? It could have been anywhere between mid-afternoon.
Mid-afternoon. So you were plowing when, like, the police and the paramedics responded?
Yeah, the road was officially blocked at that point. I notified my supervisor that I could not go down any further than carriage lane. He said just to keep it open until they're done.
Okay. How long does the route take you to do that whole loop, approximately, that night? What was the average time that you would cycle from being on Fairview, do the rest of the complex, and come back to Fairview?
It depends. It depends on how much the subcontractor has done on the other part of the route, which are my, side streets, cul-de-sacs, and stuff like that. It depends. I mean, normally it can be 20 minutes. If I do Dedham Street, Cedar Crest to the end, go back to Dedham Street, come back down Cedar Crest, and up Fairview, it could be 20 minutes.
Okay. So the way I'm understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, you with the big truck do the main thoroughway, Cedar Crest, Fairview, and
Spring Lane.
Spring Lane, and then the subcontractors do the little small side streets in the cul-de-sacs. Is that accurate, or am I wrong?
It's somewhat accurate. I'm responsible for 8 or 9, 10 streets. So if I get done with those 2 main roads, Cedar Crest, Spring Lane, Fairview, I'll bounce out and I'll take care of Kings Road, which is a big street. I'll take care of Hunter Lane, which is off of Kings Road. As I'm doing Spring Lane, I'll go all the way down to the very end of Spring Lane, depending on when the last time the subcontractor has hit Fall Lane, Snowflake, I will hit those again.
During this specific night, when the snow is coming down so hard and so heavy at such a rapid pace, what would be in you've been doing this for many years. How many years have you been doing this?
18.
18 years, the same route?
not the same route.
But plowing for 18 years.
Correct.
How many years on this route?
Well, this year would have not been a year I did it. We didn't do any plowing, but this year I was given a new route. Up until that, it was probably 3 or 4 years.
So in the 4 years that you did the section in question, including Fairview and Cedar Crest,
Correct.
what would be the longest turnaround time for you to come back to Fairview?
It could be an hour.
Could be an hour.
Could be an hour.
So, at any point during the night, did you see a body on the side of the road?
No.
At any point of the night, with your lights illuminated, you were sitting up above, did you see a body appear on the side of the road?
No.
Did you see footprints at any point during the night coming to and from the house, the driveway, other parts of the street, any property, any tire tracks that would have been pulled up alongside where the body was found?
No.
At any point of the night, I know I'm repeating myself, but it's important, okay, because you have a great memory, and you're telling us in specific detail what you've remembered. Any part of the night, did you see anybody bringing a body out there, placing it on top of the snow, or digging up the snow and covering the body in the snow and disturbing the snow around the body?
No.
Did not observe or remember seeing any of that?
No.
Any blood trails of a body being dragged? I know you mentioned there was no car tracks pulling up to where you were plowing after the edge had left, right?
Correct.
So you didn't see any tire tracks. You didn't see any blood trails being dragged, a body being dragged there.
Correct.
And you didn't hit the body, right? If you hit the body,
Correct.
you would have notified.
I would have A, known about it, and B, I would have known. I would have been required to stop and make a phone call to the supervisor, and then the necessary phone calls to police and fire. That's protocol for the town.
At any point during the night, did you hit anything at all? Mailbox, car, anything at all?
I hit a basketball net that was portable on the side of the road. It actually hit my the arm to my tarp that is on top of my truck.
So not the plow.
Not the plow.
So you clipped something up above.
Correct.
The net actually clipped above your truck.
Correct.
And it was protruding onto the roadway as you were plowing?
Correct.
Your plow didn't hit it.
No.
It's just, it made contact with your vehicle.
Correct.
And did you notice anybody injured out there that night due to that clipping?
No.
Did you notify anybody?
Yes.
Okay, you did.
Notified my supervisor.
And what was the result of that incident?
The net was turned from facing the street to facing parallel. So I turned it 90 degrees.
Do you recall which street that was on?
It was on Tippecott Road.
And off of what street is that?
That is off of Cedar Crest.
Off of Cedar.
And off of Kings Road.
Okay.
Tippecott is a half moon. It goes to Cedar Crest and comes off of Kings Road.
Did you notice any other vehicles on Fairview Road parked on the side of the road other than the Ford Edge?
No.
What color was this Ford Edge?
I can't tell you. I am colorblind.
Okay. Was it a light color or a dark color? You just
If I were to say, it was a tan colored.
a tan color? Okay. But you are colorblind, so I appreciate you revealing that information with us. It's very forthcoming and shows how honest you're being with us.
I also shared that information with the FBI. I shared the same information with the private investigator.
Okay, thank you. Anything else that you think we're missing about the night in question? How well illuminated it was, how heavy in your experience the snow is coming down, how obstructed your view was as a result of the snow? If you can maybe share your recollection of that.
The snow was heavy. It was not blinding. It was not a whiteout conditions, but it was coming down very heavy, very fast.
Okay. What about the streetlight illumination? Any the neighborhood lose power anytime, so there was no streetlights? Are there streetlights, if you recall, on that street?
I want to say there is one that I know of, and that's at the end of the property of 34, and there's just seems to be like a it's hard to describe it. Other than to me, it looks like a little wooded area that has a concrete pole with a light on it.
Okay. All right. Trooper Proctor.
I don't have any further questions unless the sergeant does.
There's unsubstantiated rumors, but we want to get to the bottom of everything. There's unsubstantiated rumors right now that we have learned that somebody recorded you having this conversation, or somebody prior to having Aiden call you recorded a conversation with you asking you these same questions that Aiden asked. Do you know anything about that?
I have no idea.
No idea. Okay. Had anybody else, other than the FBI and the private investigators, ask you the same question, or very similar questions that Aiden was asking you?
No.
The transcript of you said you saw this transcript. The transcript which Aiden published. Are those questions, to the best of your knowledge, are those questions asked in the same order chronologically in time that he asked you, or are those transposed in time? Do you want to reference it? Do you want to take a look?
So, prior to Monday, when Aiden called you, you spoke to no one before Monday that any have asked you similar questions?
No.
You can leaf through the next several pages there. That's the part 93 of Aiden, also known as Turtle Boy's blog.
These are questions that he asked me, but I'm finding discrepancies already.
Point out the discrepancies?
Yes. No, they said as long as the police have ordered the testimony. Did they say I couldn't speak to the police? No one has ever told me I couldn't speak to the police. I told him that I'm not talking to anyone unless it's attached to a badge or a subpoena.
Did the private investigators present a badge or a subpoena?
No.
No.
They introduced themselves as private investigators for the defense team.
Okay.
To me, that was sufficient enough for me to warrant to go with them and to cooperate.
Okay.
He's asking questions regarding a memo referring to Turtle Boy and questions asked. And we were instructed that he has to give our name out. He's got that wrong. It's completely wrong.
In what respect is that wrong?
We were told that we can speak. We're not to answer the question. So if he says and answers the question, our response was to be no comment.
So there's multiple discrepancies in what he has written and what actually happened and what you answered when he asked you those questions.
Correct.
Okay. Is there anything that you shared with the private investigators that you think we should know about based on your conversation with them that is important to this investigation and getting to the bottom of the truth?
I have stated all along, for whatever reason, the only thing out of the ordinary that I saw the entire night was the Ford Edge.
Okay. So the only thing out of the ordinary that night was the Ford Edge. You didn't see, even after the police arrived, you still had not seen the body, and you said you were already on Fairview when you saw the police at the scene.
Correct.
But you still had not seen the body.
Correct.
Did you ever see the body out there, even while the police were on scene?
No.
How far away were you from where the body was found and where you were parked, looking towards the scene? How far away were you?
When they originally stopped, I was on Cedar Crest trying to turn left onto Fairview and was not able to.
Okay. And what time of day was this?
Early morning. I couldn't tell you honestly.
Was it
what
daylight
time.
outside or was it still dark?
It was still dark.
Still dark. So it was before sunrise, before dawn.
Correct.
Okay. But you, from that, your vantage point, you didn't see the body.
Correct.
Did you ever see a vehicle on that street driving? Did you encounter any traveling vehicles on that street that morning?
There were several, throughout the entire storm.
So several vehicles you saw on Fairview.
Correct.
Did any vehicles stop at the home while you're plowing?
Not to my necking. When I saw him, I was going the opposite direction. So I would say no.
So, just so I have it correct, you saw vehicles traveling on Fairview, but they were going the opposite direction, so you have no knowledge of them stopping in front of the Fairview, 34 Fairview address.
Correct.
Do you recall what types of vehicles they were?
I do not.
Okay. When you stopped and were not able to take a left onto Fairview on Cedar Crest that early morning of the 29th of September, what were the weather conditions at that point?
Snowing very heavily.
Very heavily. When would you say the snow became very heavy?
I would say around 4:35. That's
When you observed the Ford Edge, was it accumulating snow on top of it? Was it covered?
no, it was not.
It was not.
It was not. If it had maybe an inch or two at the time, if that.
The last time you saw the Ford Edge there, had it accumulated any snow on top of it?
No.
Did you see where the Ford Edge went to after it left the front of
No.
Fairview?
No.
You didn't see it in the driveway, in the neighbor's driveway, and you didn't see any tracks where the direction it traveled?
No, I did not.
And was the Ford Edge one of the vehicles traveling, to the best of your knowledge?
No.
Okay. Trooper Proctor?
I'm good.
All right, Mr. Loughran, thank you so much for your time. It is now 12:25 on the dot, and we're going to conclude this interview.
It's 12:30 p.m. Trooper Michael Proctor, Proctor, along with
Sergeant Yuriy Bukhenik, Bukhenik, with the Norfolk District Attorney's Office here in the Norfolk District Attorney's Office Community Room. Present with us is
Brian Loughran, Loughran.
Brian. Before walking out, you remember something and you want to volunteer certain information to further support additional discrepancies with accounts that have been discussed and described and documented and produced on Turtle Boy's platforms. Can you further share with us and this recording what you stated to us prior to leaving the office here?
It states in the transcripts that I was presented with GPS information from the FBI. That is utterly false. I was never given any information or documentation from the FBI other than...
Okay, thank you for clarifying that. You additionally said that there was other discrepancies during an interview about your practices plowing the roadways. Can you go into detail discussing those and how you learned about those?
I was asked by the private investigators from the defense team for Karen Reed that stated I said that I ring row to the left. I can't ring row to the left. I'm in the middle of the road. I would bury the other side of the road. Again, it's always ring row to the right.
So when you discuss ring row, can you go into detail, like tell us about that? We're not in the business, so what does ring rowing mean in your profession?
So when you are plowing and the snow comes off your plow, it leaves a row of snow. It is called a ring row. So it's a continuous row of snow. If you put it in the left, it is adding an additional amount of snow on the ground that's there, plus what's coming off my plow.
So ring rowing to the left, which side of the blade, as you're moving forward, is further ahead?
The right-hand side.
And ring rowing to the right, which part of the blade is ahead?
The left side of the blade.
Okay, thank you for that explanation. And you said they presented you with a... That was your watch? Okay.
I apologize.
No, no
That's
worries.
fine.
It's all good. So you said they presented you with the statement you said. Can you just walk us through how that whole thing transpired?
And just to clarify, they being the defense team's private investigators.
Yeah. So we initially had an interview. My first interview with the defense team's private investigators.
Did they audio record that interview like we're recording it today?
No.
Okay. So it was just basically what they asked you, you responded. What they presented you as a fact, you'd respond to, verifying or denying that that's accurate?
Correct.
And they presented you with a statement that they claimed you made.
Correct.
And what was that statement?
They stated that I started the route on Fairview with my plow ring rowing to the left-hand side. And I said that is incorrect. I always ring row to the right to prevent additional snow from my plow going on top of whatever snow is on the ground, making the left-hand side of the road unpassable.
Okay. So that's an incorrect statement, and you never did that the
No.
night of January 29th?
No.
And at the time of the 29th, was the truck you were operating equipped with GPS location information to track your...
All town vehicles are GPS. I've been told, which is normally not something I would know, but have been told that the GPS at the time of the snow were down. And they were down at the repeater, not at the trucks.
I see. So the system had a problem. Your individual truck did not have an issue. And you learned this the night of, or did you learn that the GPS had been down for a while?
I learned that the GPS was down about 2 weeks ago and had no idea GPS was down.
Okay. Is there anything else that you're remembering that you think would be important to share and clarify with us today?
No.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and this concludes the follow-up questions with Mr. Loughran. It is 12:36 p.m.